Assalamu alaikum. I am Mohammad Farzan Bhakshanto. Welcome to my presentation. My student ID is 23106371107. You can see in my screen that is the Excel sheet we will learn about this from a effective annual rate, bond value calculation, capital budgeting, loan amortization, etc. For this easy process, we can apply the formula in cell C7 that equal to, because when we apply a formula we have to apply first equal. We calculate here effective annual rate. Here we have to calculate the future value. The rate here is given is 12%. Because of monthly calculation, you can see that the 12th month. So we have to divide it by month. Then the second hint is n per, that means year. So we have to multiply this by month, then comma, then payment. Because of we have no payment, so there will be 0. Then present value. Here is the present value. Then closing the bracket. And for this effective annual rate calculation, we have right here, we have to subtract from 1. Closing the second bracket. After pressing enter, we find out the actual value. Here is the bond calculation. For bond calculation, we have calculate bond by present value. Here is the rate. We need the first hits rate is yield to maturity, that is 12%. Then comma, then n per. Here is the year. Then comma, payment option. That is the point. For in this hints payment, because of there is no payment option, so we have to some difference in there, that we have to multiply par value by coupon rate of interest, then comma, then the future value, that means par value. Closing the bracket, press enter. Here is the actual value. See, the two values are same. Here is the term capital budgeting. How we will calculate capital budgeting? Here you can see the calculation of NPV, IR, payback period. There is the calculation is given. I made it before for the for understanding that how much the value will come after calculation. Here you can see the NPV calculation, IRR calculation, payback period. Here, if we want to calculate NPV, you can see we have to apply the formula equal to NPV. Here you can see the rate, first hints, value 1, value 2, infinity. Here is the discount rate. You can fill it by this, then the value. Here is the net cash flow. We need this value. We can fill the value 1 by D9 into H9, and then plus it by this. The net cash flow, sorry, here is we have to close the bracket, then plus it from first at initial net cash flow. If we press the enter button, here you can see the actual rate. Here you can see IRR calculation. We can fill it by I. We can apply the formula IRR. Here it is. We need the value. Here is the total value of net cash flow. Close the bracket and press enter. Here is the IRR percentage. If we the payback period calculation, there is we need the ABS. That means after this we have to calculate by equal to, then here is the F6, that means 3 years plus ABS. Press tab, then the number. Here is the, we can find this by divide from F9 divide G8. Closing the bracket. Oh, we have some we make some error. We can that will be a not F9. It is F10. That means cumulative cash flow, and we have to divide by we have to divide by G9. After pressing enter, here is the actual value. You can see that it's quite easy. If you see the project 2, the process is same. So we can go to the next IRR calculation. Here you can see they are given 2 projects, and we have to find out which project can be choose the choice of project, XIRR, cost of capital, and MIRR. The process of this 2 project calculation of IRR is very easy. At first, we have to fill the formula by IRR tab. Here is the value for project 1. Then we can select this by select all by this control shift down arrow, closing the bracket and press enter button. Here is the value. Again, the same process, equal to IRR tab, the hint given value. Here is the value. Control shift down arrow, closing the bracket and press enter. Here we can choose the project by the value of error. Those projects are accepted which IRR value is bigger. That means we can see the project B IRR value is greater than project A. So we select project B. Project B. Here. The XIR calculation. Even this will be same process, but we need the fill it the formula with XIRR. Here is the formula. We place the tab button. Here it needs the value. Same. This is the value. Control shift down button, then comma. Here is we need the date. Here is the date. Sorry, we make a mistake. Oh, sorry, we because of Excel. uh, in this time, the Excel doesn't recognize the table where it ends because of these values. So we are extremely sorry. We can we have to select the value from row 4, that means C4 to C9. Control Shift down. Here you can see this selection. This selection made us error. So we have to unselect the last term by Shift up arrow. Here you can see the C4 to C9. We can now pressing the enter button. Here is the 22.05%. Here is the actual value of XIRR. For project B, here is the same process. That means XIRR, tab button. Here the value, control shift down arrow. You can see the selection of these three cells. I have to unselect it. Shift up arrow here, then comma, then the dates. The same, both same date. Close the bracket and press enter button. Here is, you can see the 26.43%. The cost of capital. Here you can see the cost of capital will be 12%. That is given, so we doesn't need to calculate. So we can copy it, and here we will paste it. Sorry, no need to copy. We will write it down. 12%. MIRR. Here, here we will have to apply the formula of MIRR equal to MIRR, tab button, the value we need for project A, the here is the values, then comma, and financial rate. The financial rate here is the 12%. Where then comma, then reinvest rate. This rate will be same. The financial rate and reinvest rate will be equal. Closing the bracket and press enter button. Here you can see the MIRR is 16.9%. The same way we can find out that by equal to MIRR, that is for project B, we select the project B values, then comma, and the financial rate, its cost of capital and financial rate, reinvest rate, that both are same. Here you can see the 16.04%. See, that is quite easy. Here is the term of loan amortization. How we will calculate the loan amortization? You can see this first loan amortization. I calculate it before for our easy understanding. The month and is given. I just copy it and paste it down. We need this the month number for our calculation. If you can see the principal rate, principal amount, rate, year, and payment per year is all given. We need for the we need to calculate the loan amortization. we have to calculate the payment. Here you can see the payment, interest for IPMT, principal for PPMT. That is the formula for payment, interest, and principal calculation. At the initial principal amount, 500,000, here is the value. And for month one, we have to calculate the payment by pressing equal to PME and tab button. Here we need the rate. Here is the rate. Because of the given month, so we have to divide it by month, then comma n per. Here is the year, n per, that means year. So multiply this by year, comma, then here is the present value. Here is that means principal amount, comma. We have no future value, so we will fill it by 0, closing the bracket and press enter button. Here you can see the 6,004, 6,000, sorry, 6,000 and 6,000.84. If we double click here, sorry, we have made some mistakes. We have to freeze it. The term is freeze. We will learn by function F4 button. When we press function and F4, we can freeze the all item here and press enter button. Here you can see when we double click on this first cell, you can see the all cell are filled up. Next item is interest. How we will calculate interest rate? We have to apply the formula IPMT. Tab button. Here is the rate. In this time, we will freeze it first. Divide the then that is per. That means which month we need. We need this month. That is per. So we then next the in per hence. That means 15-year volume. 15-year is multiplied by by 12. Then comma, here is the present value. Here is the principal amount. And we have no future value. It doesn't need to fill it with 0. We will just close the bracket. Here you can see we need a different value of this month. So we doesn't freeze this cell. That means H9. Which one? This one. That is per value. We don't need to freeze it because of in different cell the value will be changed. Then pressing enter button. Here you can see the interest of month 1. When you double click here, you can see the different value of different month. in the principle, we can calculate here by equal to PPMT. Here is the formula. In this process, the heat cell say we need the rate. Here is the rate. Freeze it, then divide, also freeze par. We don't need to freeze par. Here is the end part. Freeze it, and then multiplied by payment per year, and also freeze it, and then present value, that means principal amount. Also have to freeze it, close the bracket, and enter. Here you can see the principal amount. If you click the double click here, you can see the different value of different month of, principal amount. Now, after this, the what will be balance after the interest, principal, and payment? In this process, we can generally calculate by equal to equal to equal to the balance minus first bracket minus the principal amount. Closing the bracket, press enter. You can see the value. You can see the different value from different month. Here you can see the value will be 0 at 180 month. In this process, we can find out the loan amortization calculation. That is a very easy process. You learn it. So thank you everyone for joining me in the video. Assalamu alaikum. That's all from today.